Summary of The Snake and the Mirror. The Snake and the Mirror is a short and funny story written by Vaikom Muhammad Bashir. The story is told by a homeopathic doctor who shares a strange and scary experience from his past. The story is both interesting and humorous, and it teaches us a lesson about human pride and fear. The doctor begins by telling his friends about something that happened many years ago. At that time, he had just started his medical practice and was living alone in a small rented room. The room had many problems. It had no electricity, no ceiling fan, and there were many rats. Still, the doctor was proud of himself. He thought he looked handsome and wanted to improve his looks even more. He believed that he should marry a rich and fat woman doctor, so she wouldn't be able to run away if something went wrong. One night, the doctor was sitting in his room in front of a mirror. He looked at himself and admired his appearance. He thought about his good points and was full of pride. Suddenly, he heard a noise and saw a snake that had dropped from the roof. The snake landed on his shoulder and slowly moved around his neck. The doctor was very afraid. He sat still like a statue and didn't move at all. The snake then looked into the mirror and seemed to be interested in its reflection. Slowly, it moved from the doctor's shoulder to the table and focused on the mirror. The doctor used this chance to run out of the room as fast as he could. He ran to a friend's house and stayed there for the night. The next morning, he came back to his room with his friend. But to his surprise, all his belongings were gone. Thieves had entered the room and taken everything except his dirty vest. He joked that the thieves were kind enough to leave that behind. The story ends on a funny note, and everyone listening to the doctor laughs. The doctor laughs too, but also feels thankful that he survived such a dangerous situation. Important questions and answers: The Snake and the Mirror. 1. Who is the narrator of the story The Snake and the Mirror? The narrator is a homeopathic doctor who tells the story from his own life. 2. What kind of room did the doctor live in? Describe its condition. The doctor lived in a small, rented room that had no electricity or ceiling fan. The room was full of rats and was not very clean or comfortable. 3. What thoughts did the doctor have while looking at himself in the mirror? The doctor thought he looked handsome. He was proud of his looks and imagined improving his appearance by growing a mustache and using an attractive smile. 4. Why did the doctor want to marry a fat and rich woman doctor? He thought a fat and rich wife would not be able to run away if he ever made a mistake or got into trouble. 5. What happened when the snake landed on the doctor's shoulder? The doctor became very frightened. He sat completely still, like a statue, because he was scared the snake might bite him. 6. How did the doctor react when the snake moved close to him? He did not move at all and prayed silently. He was full of fear and stayed very calm so that the snake would not get angry. 7. What distracted the snake and helped the doctor escape? The snake saw its reflection in the mirror and got interested in it. While the snake looked at the mirror, the doctor slowly got up and ran out of the room. 8. What did the doctor find missing from his room the next morning? When he returned with a friend the next day, he found that thieves had stolen all his things, except his dirty vest. 9. What lesson does the story teach us about pride and fear? The story shows that human pride can quickly disappear when real danger comes. It also teaches us to stay calm and think smartly in difficult situations. 10. How does the author use humor in the story to make it enjoyable? The author adds humor through the doctor's funny thoughts about marriage, his pride in his looks, and the way he talks about his fear later. Even the ending, where only the dirty vest is left, adds to the comic effect.